If your cloth is stained with oil,
Yes.
for example, it's easier to spot the oil and remove it.
Yeah. So I want to ask you this question quickly.
Okay.
Do you think it's possible to build wealth in a corrupt country?
Of course, it's possible.
Okay, sir.
People are building wealth in Nigeria already, in as much as there are many persons that are boycotting a lot of processes,
Yes, sir.
and some are using their relationship.
Mm,
We are a set of persons that are governed by the word of God.
yeah.
And the Bible says, with God, all things are possible.
Yes.
When you build something with the wisdom of God, it must succeed.
Mm, yes.
No matter the odds against it, it must succeed. Just that we even need to define what is wealth in the first place.
Yes. Exactly.
If we don't get the definition of wealth correctly, then we will not know what to expect and what not to expect. But from a godly perspective of wealth, it's very possible to build wealth in Nigeria and in any location. The blessing of God is not attached to a location. It
Yes.
is attached to building something and running it by the wisdom of God. So there is no place you cannot build something and sustain it by the wisdom of God. So
Wow.
it's very possible to build
Wow.
it.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, lastly, sir, I want you to give a word to people out there because I've seen people lamenting. All they will say is Nigeria is corrupt, and they're still in the level they are. Like you will see, they're not making any move to make sure they do something themselves to make sure they help themselves. So what do you need to say to youths out there that yes, is just to gather around and just complain about the president, the governor, Nigeria is corrupt and all of that, sir?
Nigeria is corrupt is relative.
Okay.
Nigerian leaders cannot be corrupt if Nigerians are not corrupt themselves.
Mm,
This corruption we're talking about,
mm,
there are people practicing it in their different little circles. Nigeria is not the only country that has leaders. There are leaders in other countries.
of course.
But because the persons themselves are not corrupt, it's easier to identify the corrupt leaders and rid them out of the economy. I know building a business, they can manipulate things. Some of them will use government against you to bring you down as a competitor against them. I know all of these things.
Mm,
But on your own, instead of sitting down, every problem that arises upon the scene,
yes.
it calls for logical reasoning and meditation to solve this problem. There is always a way to go about the problem, and someone can begin it. The
Exactly.
mind is a rich place. Every
Yes.
innovation on the landscape today came from the mind. So I believe people can sit down and think through the power of their imagination and bring out something reasonable
Yes.
that, with the wisdom of God, no matter who is fighting, even if it's the government, you are able to scale through all of these problems and bring out something meaningful for it from it. So I advise them, get busy with your life, get busy with something, work on it, look for the best ways. There are companies that have money, they don't know how to use this money. They are looking for people to invest this money into their firm. This is not even government now. These are private firms.
Yes.
They are looking for people to invest this money into it. So, but they must test the architecturing behind your business to see that it is worthwhile and it will not fail.
Yes.
So once you build something on your own, you will do better.